Hey, fifth graders. Today we're going to be talking about influential colonial leaders. These are some of the early settlers to North America that have gained status and become important in history for some of the things they accomplished when the 13 colonies were first settled. So, let's begin. So we'll start with William Bradford. William Bradford came to New England on the Mayflower, and the males aboard the ship met to agree upon a document that provided the basis for self-government based on the general good. This document, known as the Mayflower Compact, was known as the Mayflower Compact. He was also the chosen leader of the Pilgrims and remained governor for, it says, his entire life. He just got cut off. The important thing here is the Mayflower Compact, so make sure you understand that that was a document that was aboard the Mayflower and agreed upon by the males. Okay, it was also the basis for self-government. So just remember those three things: that the Mayflower Compact was something written and agreed upon by the males on the ship, and it was a kind of a form of self-government. Okay, next slide. Anne Hutchinson was banished from the Massachusetts Bay Colony by the Puritan Church because of her views. She was considered radical because she didn't think that you needed to have a minister or a priest or the Bible to communicate with God. She thought you could just directly communicate with God without those things. And she became unpopular, and was kicked out of the colony. She moved to Rhode Island later, where she started the first women's group. For Anne Hutchinson, it's important to know that she was banished from Massachusetts Bay because of her views on religion. Right, next slide. William Penn was an important English Quaker who founded the Pennsylvania colony. Funny, William Penn, Pennsylvania. Penn believed in religious toleration and called Pennsylvania the Holy Experiment. So he was also kind of like Anne Hutchinson, and he believed that the way they were doing religion didn't necessarily have to be the only way. And the important things to know about him: that he was a Quaker, and he founded Pennsylvania. Also, that he believed that religion could be practiced many different ways, not necessarily the way that the Puritan Church said it was. Okay? Probably one of the earliest colonial leaders, John Smith, was an explorer, and he was also a key figure in the settlement of North America because he helped establish Jamestown, which was the first lasting colony that England had in North America. He forged relations with Native Americans, and he's credited for ensuring the survival of Jamestown because he was a very organized and disciplined man who pushed people to try harder and work harder, and kind of instilled those military values in the people that were trying to settle, and that really helped them to survive and ultimately have Jamestown be the first successful colony. So those are the things you need to know about John Smith, as he helped establish Jamestown, which was the first lasting colony in North America from England, and he helped the survival by forcing discipline in colonists, providing leadership to the people that were there. He also was very close with Pocahontas. So that's John Smith. Roger Williams. Roger Williams founded the colony of Rhode Island after he was banished by the Puritan Church. You kind of see the pattern here. The Puritan Church just banishing people left and right who didn't agree with them. He believed that separation of church and state was important. In other words, church matters needed to stay with the church, and they shouldn't be involved in deciding things for state matters like government. So he was really a firm believer that the government matters should stay separate from the church matters. And he founded Rhode Island, which is where Anne Hutchinson ended up. And this was the first colony to guarantee freedom of worship for all of its citizens. So he let anybody who moved there practice religion freely. So those are your early colonial leaders.